Welcome everyone to the Avengenerds podcast, where we're talking about DC, Star Wars, and more. I'm your host, Torrent, and with me is our co-host, Peyton.
Yo.
Today, we'll be talking about Michael in the news of the week. There are time codes in the description and the show notes if you want to jump around. And with that, here's Peyton with the news.
All right, we got a lot to get through, so let's just jump right in. Starting off with some DC news. This is according to the Hollywood Reporter. Adria Aronia, I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name. Apologies if that's how you pronounce her name. But, you know, from the Andor and Hitman, great actress. She has been cast in Man of Tomorrow. It was previously thought she may play Maxima, but that might not be correct anymore. That could just be, you know, sort of what they're using internally to, you know, prevent spoilers. A lot of people are speculating that she could be Wonder Woman. I would like to see that. But I'm not confident really that they would put Wonder Woman in Man of Tomorrow. Obviously, I could be wrong, but honestly, I'm good for either of these. I think she'd be a great choice for both of those characters. So I'm down for whatever. It's really great that she's going to be in the DCU because she's a fantastic actress. If you haven't seen her in Andor, period, I don't know what you're doing. But yeah, she's terrific. That's a great casting choice. And then the next piece of news, Torn, we got the Clayface trailer. And we got a poster, a really great poster. The poster got like well over 200,000 likes on Twitter, like doing crazy numbers for a Clayface poster. But we also got the trailer and it looks terrific. It looks amazing.
It's probably one of the best DC trailers I've seen in a bit, to be honest. Besides Batman, of course.
The actual Clayface effect looks a lot better than I anticipated. I thought it was going to be like goopy, sort of. We've seen that sort of effect in before, like Doom Patrol, like Elastigirl and Doom Patrol. I thought it would be like that. Obviously better looking because it's a movie, not a TV show. But no, like it looks like skin just kind of morphing around. It looks really, really cool. The look of the trailer looks great. The cinematography looks fantastic. Gotham looks really good. This is supposedly set in the DCU, so it is our first look at the DCU Gotham, and it looks like Gotham. The use of color in the trailer is also really great, and we get a couple little teases. We get the little spiky hand that Clayface likes to do, and they're clearly, you know, going into the body horror aspect of the character, which is really exciting.
Yeah. I see, you know, one thing about what I like about this trailer is that, you know, there's different aspects of body horror. You know, one thing about Clayface is that he's always been one of Batman's fantastical villains, like in a way. And so one thing, obviously going into like Clayface and knowing about him from like comics and like other media, is that like, yeah, you know, like we see him as like kind of like this like sludgy mud monster type of thing, you know. But I'm really glad that they're going into a way that's like, I mean this word has been used into the ground, you know, I mean, no pun intended, but grounded and like realistic, but it's in a way to where it fits the tone with the movie, and that's something that I really enjoyed a lot. And I was texting you about it yesterday. I really want to see where they're going with, like, I guess in a sense, like the final form of Clayface, because overall this looks incredible. You know, the actual editing of the trailer just sold me alone. You know, it's very ominous. It is very, you know, brutal and visceral. So I'm really excited for this. But like I said, I really want to see more of like the look when the movie comes out.
For sure. We do see DCU Clayface in Creature Commandos, and there's been a debate online of like, because the way Clayface is depicted there clashes tonally with what we see in this trailer, and I definitely understand that sort of criticism. Other people have, you know, they've speculated that there could be 2 Clayfaces. This one we're getting here is Matt Hagen, and the one in Creature Commandos could be Basil Carlo. It's honestly, it's up for debate, and it just kind of remains to be seen. But yeah, I'm very, very excited. Torn, on to some Marvel news. Minor spoiler, I guess, for Daredevil Born Again season 3, but if we're honest, it's going to be in all the trailers when the new season comes out. But if you don't want to be spoiled, I guess like skip 15 seconds or so, 30 seconds or so. Mike Coulter and Finn Jones are set to reprise their roles as Luke Cage and Iron Fist in Daredevil Born Again season 3. Of course, we're getting Jessica Jones here in season 2 currently, and getting Mike Coulter and Finn Jones back. We're getting the Defenders back together again. Very exciting. Or for the most part.
For the most part.
Hey man, look, I'll give Finn Jones a chance to redeem himself, but I'm not.
Hey, I mean, you see that video of him in the gym?
Yeah, the gym ain't gonna fix bad acting.
Bad acting. Look, man. Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I'm gonna give Finn Jones another shot. I do think that Iron Fist, like season 1 was like horrendous. Season 2 was a step up, but still not as good. Like, you know, we've been hearing so many things about the production of Iron Fist. You know, there's a lot of it comes down to from hearing that Finn Jones was lazy. A lot of it was like saying how he wasn't able to prepare well enough for Iron Fist and everything. That's why the choreography just looks like very sloppy.
Horrible.
Yeah. And then, like, you know, for season 2, things were kind of ramping up a little bit, but still not as good, and everything got canceled. However, you know, like I said, I'm glad to see you know, Finn Jones and Mike Coulter back again for Daredevil season 3. Hopefully we get, if things work out right, hopefully we get an actual Heroes for Hire series, or at least like a spin-off, a special presentation, one-shot type of thing. That'd be pretty cool.
A special presentation would be cool.
Yeah, or at least more Heroes for Hire dynamic.
Sure.
In Daredevil. So
yeah, I want Finn Jones to prove me wrong. I want a good Iron Fist, and I'm sure now that, it's in the MCU, different creative teams or whatever, we're probably going to actually get some kind of, suit.
let's also have the tattoo on his chest be like fucking real and not like a copy and paste or something on his skin.
It did look very shiny.
It's
like it was always fresh.
It didn't look right because, like, unfortunately, Finn Jones, like, skinny, and like you just had that tattoo on it. It just looks like he was like a poser. But also, I hope they actually give him like a fucking costume this time, because for some reason they're scared to give Iron Fist a costume, or like if they had a costume, it was like in like footage or like just
a flashback
somewhere else. Yeah, it was just so stupid. Like, I don't even care if he's like wearing like regular clothes sometimes. Like, if he's actually putting on like a mask, like, dude, like, give me that, bro. That's great.
Yeah, actually, like putting on a mask to like actually like when he's doing crime fighting or whatever, instead of
exactly. Yeah,
I swear to God, if he's like, I'm Danny Rand, I'm the immortal Iron Fist, I'm gonna lose my mind, man.
I'm the protector of Kunlun.
Torn, bad news.
What?
For me, at least. Marvel Zombies is getting a season 2.
Hey, I mean, no, either way, I have not watched that shit, to be honest with you.
Don't bother, bro. Don't bother with it. It's just what an absolutely nothing show. Why does it exist? It doesn't need to exist. You could put all the resources from that into literally anything else.
Yeah, we need an I Am Groot another season of I Am Groot, bro.
I literally would rather take that.
I haven't seen that either.
It's not. Really... I mean, they're little shorts for kids. I mean, they're cute. It's.
I mean, like, yeah. I mean, it looks cool. I mean, I just haven't gotten around to it.
I think it's canon, so if you want to be a completionist, you have to.
Yeah. I mean, I'm actually not a completionist because I'm not watching What If.
Yeah. Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, it's the best thing they've ever done.
No, it's not.
It is, though.
I don't care about.
It's better than Loki season 2.
Yeah, no, stop. I just don't think What If is like. I don't think it's that interesting to me as what they've done so far.
Yeah, they don't do enough with the concept.
They really don't, and they hinge it on Captain Carter, which is like the.
What if Thor had different hair?
Yeah. What if, what if Spider-Man was Peter Parker? What if Howard the Duck was a goose?
What if Howard the Duck got a human woman pregnant and she laid an egg?
And see, like they make like What If, right? And then like all the cool concepts they show at the season finale. Like what are we doing, bro?
It was like, look at all the stuff we could have done that we didn't do. Like,
come on, man. Like, just I can't with that show.
It is what it is. But don't read. We do have good news. There is good news. This is according to Collider. Lee Sung-jin and Joanna Kahlo are working on the script for Marvel's new X-Men movie. Both of them worked on the screenplay for Thunderbolts. So,
yeah, the X-Men movie better be 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Let's calm down.
No, stop.
But yeah, it's the Thunderbolts team, and people dumbasses on the internet are like, "Oh, but Thunderbolts was a flop. Why would you get people who did a flop to make an X-Men movie?" I mean, because the movie was good and it was well received. Like, if we're going for like quality assurance, I mean, do a movie that was, or get the people from a movie that was, quality. Until we have bad news again. It's our last piece of news. It's bad news, Storm.
What is it?
This is according to Forbes. Disney has laid off nearly the entire visual development team at Marvel Studios. Only a skeleton crew remains in place to coordinate hiring on a per project basis. Which
I did hear about that, and it's like so stupid, bro.
Yeah, it's rough. It's basically they're gonna shift to essentially what Illumination does, which is just outsource everything. Which I guess will technically make things cheaper because they don't have to like pay for anyone's like benefits.
Yeah, it's made things cheaper from a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Oh, how fun.
Yeah, and people are like worried about the quality and stuff. I mean, there's companies that outsource stuff that still put out quality visuals. That's not really the point, though. Weird, man. Weird decision, especially like I was telling you this earlier, but like this is gonna make leaks a real problem, probably.
Yeah.
Everything was in-house before, and now like. Yeah, I mean, a skeleton crew is remaining but they're only coordinating when and what people to hire per project. It's not good. But also, one of the people laid off was the director of visual development, Andy Park, who had worked on almost every MCU film. His art is literally all over the place. A lot of his concept art and stuff like that. And now he is gone, which is really unfortunate. I wonder what is gonna happen or what has happened to Ryan Minerding, because he is also like a huge part of their visual development team.
Yeah. Speaking about leaks, you want to talk about an elephant in the room?
I don't know. What's the elephant in the room?
Address me.
What?
Avatar.
Oh.
Yeah. The Avatar, The Last Airbender movie was leaked. Someone from Paramount sent it over email.
No, that actually wasn't true. That
wasn't true?
Yeah, it was just hackers. And the guy just made that shit up.
Oh, yeah. Well, someone in Paramount is going to be taken in the back of an alley or basement and just
shot.
Just shot, man. Yeah, there's been, conversations online about that. and whether like the morality of the situation and like how ethical it is. There's two sides of the conversation. One being how, like, obviously a movie being leaked, especially just as big as Avatar, who barely gets enough media as it is. It's a very precious thing, to a lot of people, because the people who worked on it, they deserve to have their art being shown in a way that's like fair to all, right?
And just a lot of people's energy towards it doesn't make, because a lot of people are like, yeah, well, fuck Paramount, and yeah, I agree, fuck Paramount, they suck, but the way to punish them isn't to screw over a bunch of people that have nothing to do with Paramount as a company.
Exactly. And it's one of those things where it's like it is Paramount's fault, because they could have given it should have been in theaters. You should not have put a movie on Paramount Plus, like, so there's the discussion that is like, yeah, like, it is fuck Paramount and like what they're doing, but like, a lot of people worked on this movie, and it should have been like seen in a way on, like, whether it's on release day or like just at a later time. If we were to get a theatrical release later down the line, it would have been viewed there. However, the other side of the conversation is that, well, because it is Avatar: The Last Airbender, the fandom is so big that, like, they're like, oh, because I'm a fan of the series, I'm gonna watch it because, like, I'm a fan of it. And like, I kind of see where they're coming from, only because, like I said, like, this is Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like, there is like not a lot of content that could have been made, in the span of its time. You have, like, of course, you have the Avatar: The Last Airbender, the original series, and you have Legend of Korra, you have the dog shit movie by M. Night Shyamalan, then you have the comics, and then you have like a game that's coming out. You have some plays here and there, some orchestras. However, like, because people are like, well, yeah, like, this, there's not a lot of media of this, I'm gonna watch it while I can, while it's out. And because people are doing that, they're like, oh yeah, they're like, you're not a real fan if you're watching a leak. And then the other side is like, well, I'm a real fan because I'm watching what I love. Like I said, both sides, it's very unfortunate that a movie has leaked. However, it's like, yeah, I understand if you're a fan and you want to watch it, that's fine. However, like, for me, like, I don't think I'm gonna watch the leak. I think I would rather just like wait for it to release. I mean, I'm not gonna buy Paramount Plus, but like, however, if it's like being gifted to me or anything, I'll watch it that way. Or like I said, if it comes to theaters, I would definitely watch it there. But yeah, that's my take on the situation. As we progress more into the years, leaks are just gonna get even easier and easier. And I think it's just very important to figure out how you want to proceed with like leaks, and like, like, make it ethical for yourself.
The only thing I'm annoyed about is the actors. Like, they're fine or whatever, but like, I just feel like there wasn't anything wrong with the original guys. I mean, Aang obviously makes sense.
Yeah.
But the rest of them, like, did we really need to recast them just because it's a movie and we want big names attached? I don't know. That's gonna forever annoy me. Anytime that happens. But yeah, and that's why I'm gonna pirate it. But Torn, that's the news of the week, which means it's time to move on to our topic, which is Michael, the possibly part one of the biopic of Michael Joseph Jackson, musical artist, usually made pop music, was nicknamed the King of Pop, made one of the highest grossing albums of all time, Thriller. There's no real point in doing non-spoilers, right? I mean, it's Michael Jackson. It's a real.
It is Michael Jackson. For me, it was like this was like, I mean, like, this is not in a way to like dismiss the movie, but to me, it just felt like a fucking like a glorious highlight reel, like, come to life,
For sure.
So like, I was cheesing throughout this whole movie, man. It was absolutely incredible. I'm glad that we got to see it early. We saw it on Monday, so at the time of this recording is what, Thursday?
Yes.
So yeah, it's Thursday. We saw it on Monday. We got there. We got to the theater at 5 p.m. on the dot. 5 p.m. on the dot. There's already a line at our theater, like halfway, or like a little bit like halfway down like the hall, right? And we saw it in IMAX too, which is even crazier. And like, at one point, I did not think we were gonna get in, because there were so many people that were lining up. Also, there are people that got an email from, like, I guess if you're like a Lionsgate member, they send out like early release stuff, like early screenings and stuff like that. And that's how people got that yellow wristband that you were seeing, because it was like,
they got in first.
Yeah, and they got in first after we like waited like like nearly 2 hours to get in, and they're just walking up like, oh yeah, like, oh, I'm like, what the? I'm like, bro, like, because if we had shown up at like 6 o'clock, we were not getting in. Like, I just know that for sure. So I'm pretty sure those people that were like in front of us, they were like there by like probably 3 or maybe even 4. But overall, besides that, the movie was great. I really enjoyed myself. I think Jafar Jackson portrays Michael really, really well. Very, very convincing, along with the makeup and the mannerisms, and even the vocals of Michael Jackson. What is his name? Giuliano Rivaldo, who he plays young Michael. He did well also. Very great, very, very energetic and very youthful performance from him. Coma Domingo makes you want to hate his guts.
Whoa.
No. Whoa. As when he plays Joseph, it was like, dang, like, that's insane.
Why? He was the hero of the story.
Oh yeah. Stop that. Very, like, Coma Domingo is just great, man.
He's good in everything.
He is good in everything. He's great.
Should we address our bias?
Address the bias?
Our bias.
I mean, we love Michael Jackson. We love Michael Jackson. We love Michael Jackson. I am a
You jacking it to Jackson?
Whoa, what the hell? Whoa. Hold on, bro. What the hell?
Hey, bro, you said it.
I said Jack, and then I just stopped speaking and not say anything like that.
You saying you jacking it to Jackson?
Nah. What the
Hashtag
hell?
We jacking it to Jackson. No, yeah, we're fans of Michael Jackson. Sue us. So what? What are you gonna do about it?
There's a lot of stuff to be discussed about this movie too.
It's always hard to gauge, particularly now, the sort of reception and popularity of Michael Jackson, because of just time. How relevant is he today compared to just 10 years ago? You have the allegations and stuff and what have you, but seemingly it seems like at least audiences are generally enjoying it. Currently has a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. The audience score got an A- cinema score, which is pretty high for a cinema score. And yeah, I mean, not to jump ahead, we enjoyed it.
We did, yeah, we did enjoy it. I mean, like, and it's just people who don't like this movie and don't want to support it. They're just, they want to hear about negativity to validate themselves into now liking Michael Jackson. And it's it's a shame because I'm seeing comments of like, oh yeah, this guy, like the allegations, he's this, and like I mean like people like I tell the others are like, yo, like he didn't do anything, like and I feel like also we just like live in a world where people just don't want to be informed. They love like being stubborn in their own right, and if you want to live your life like that, that's fine. But personally, I think it would just be better if you actually did your own research and possibly did not listen to just a person off the internet and everything like that. And I've been, like I said, we're fans and we know about what happened and everything like that, and we've done our research. So I don't know. Like I said, audiences love the movie, even though it debuted with a 27% of Rotten Tomatoes, because they only want to care about one thing. 95%, A minus from CinemaScore. People are gonna watch it. They're gonna love it. It's gonna be a success as Michael Jackson.
Not to mention, biopics are kind of a fascinating thing. The trend of biopics, I mean, it's definitely on a downturn, right? Biopics used to, it sort of was a trend. Generally speaking, they do kind of okay. Some of them do really poorly. Some of them do really well, like Elvis. And some of them are sort of like in the middle. Like you had the Bruce Springsteen biopic. You had the one that Chalamet did.
The Bob Dylan one.
Bob Dylan, thank you.
And then you have like the Iron Claw, which is kind of like a more so like a like sports drama.
We're thinking of like singers, but then you have the ones that do like really poorly or get a lot of negative reception even from the audience, like Bohemian Rhapsody, or not even from the audience, because generally these biopics, even if they do poorly critically and maybe sometimes financially, they always do well audience wise.
Yeah.
Why that is, I don't know. Maybe people just like to see people come from nothing and then be superstars or whatever. But
exactly. It's an underdog sort of type of thing.
All that to say, I mean, this is probably going to be successful regardless. I mean, it really review wise, it's already successful, but monetarily, that's really where my curiosity lies. But if you're looking at this film from purely a critical lens, so looking at it as a movie, not disregarding the history of Michael Jackson and all that stuff, if you don't like biopics, because there's a lot of people out there who just hate biopics because, in fairness, they do kind of follow a formula. This isn't gonna do anything for you. You're gonna hate this.
Exactly. Yeah.
But for me, I really like biopics, not because I think they're like the best movies in the world, but I really it's like any, or there's a lot of genres of movies I get different things from. With an action movie, I'm not watching it necessarily for performances. I'm watching it for the action. You know what I mean? For a biopic, I don't really give a shit about the writing. I don't really give a shit. I'm watching it for the performance. If the performance is there, I'm locked in. So like Bohemian Rhapsody is kind of dog shit. But Rami Malek is fantastic. So I had a pretty good time. So like with this one, Jafar Jackson was damn near pitch perfect playing Michael Jackson. He was phenomenal. But so like I'm like watching these movies essentially because I'm very entertained by glorified impressions, and Jafar Jackson's voice as Michael Jackson, not a singing voice, just a speaking voice, was scary good.
Like even in like when we're watching the movie, there are some shots where I'm just like, my God, that's just Michael Jackson.
Yeah, you have some people that are like, oh, he doesn't look like him. Yeah, no shit. It's because no one looks like fucking Michael Jackson. That was never going to be the case. But like, he's the closest that we're gonna get. He like has his eye, like his facial structure is obviously different, but like generally the features are kind of there. So like his eyes are I think a bit closer together, I think, than Michael Jackson. Obviously his nose is different, but like when it's mainly his eyes. Unless like, but when it's like just his eye, like what, like I was talking to you before, like his profile, we don't have the context of the spacing in his face. It's just like, yeah, he looks just like Michael Jackson. It's the head on that where it doesn't look exact. But even then, in some shots, it looks really good. I was telling my mom about it. The quote unquote worst he looks good throughout the whole movie, but I guess the least accurate he looks to Michael Jackson is probably in that in the Beat It section. I don't know what it is about that section specifically, but yeah, he doesn't look like 1-to-1 there.
There was a like one of the shots I was pretty fond of is when he was laying. It was like, I think it was like, yeah, this was before like during like the Thriller section, and he's like laying in bed, and it's like a zoom in, and like you have like the light shining like on his like eye, kind of like on his like eye and nose area, and I'm like, damn, it's just Michael Jackson, bro. It's just him.
Yeah, the part where he is about to hire Miles Teller, when he has the sunglasses on, I'm like, that's just straight up Michael Jackson. When the bit when his dad is sort of like ambushes him in his room,
that's Michael Jackson.
I was like, that's fucking. And there's some like head-on shots there too, where it's like he shouldn't really look like him, but he does. It's really well done. The hair is really great. Again, the voice is immaculate. It's really what I'm most impressed by. Obviously his physicality is incredible, but yeah, it's really good. But what surprised me about the movie is Coleman Domingo as Joseph Jackson. Not because he would like, I was surprised that he was good in it. Obviously he was great in it. It's Coleman Domingo, but he's in it the whole way through. Like, he is essentially the through line. He is the antagonist to Michael Jackson's protagonist, particularly within the film. I mean, he is fighting him the entire way through the film, and I thought that was a surprising aspect to the movie. There's been Michael Jackson movies in the past, and while obviously his dad is always a presence in there because he is a major part of his life, the way it was done here, I thought was a bit a sort of a notch above your general biopic, in my opinion.
Yeah, and like when it comes to like going back to like what you were saying about biopics, yeah, they always, not only do they follow a formula, but it's always it's a very hard thing to do, because like going down to like how like usually when it comes to biopics, at least some of the ones that I've been seeing recently, they always feature in like an ensemble, and it's really hard to nail down someone's life story, and like have everybody that's present in there, right? Because like, you know, Jackson's family, I think it's like a family of like what there's like 8 kids in total. So they wanted to like make sure that for the movie, there's just, I guess, like in a sense like the heavy hitters, or something that just makes the story more cohesive, right? So that's that was like a big thing for that. But going back to Joe Jackson, God, man, that was a crazy, like the whole presence of him in this movie was just like incredible. Like just having that lingering feeling for like with Michael.
Yeah,
that was like such a good thing to present in this film. But like when it comes to biopics, I like there's like there's moments of exaggeration, or at least like they add in drama for shock value. Now for me, it's like I knew a little bit that Joe Jackson was like abusive, right? But I thought they were going to like dial it up like a little bit in some moments. I'm kind of glad that they didn't do that, because like I guess in a way it preserves like authenticity for the movie. But that's what I thought they were gonna do there. So, but yeah, I just think that Coleman Domingo just played Joe really great.
Are you excited for were you excited when you saw the tease at the end where it said Michael Jackson will return in Avengers Doomsday?
Yeah. And then like it just echoed.
But no, they did kind of do that though. But like his story continues.
His story. I thought like I thought what they were gonna do was like they were gonna combine his and story, and then like it would be like, and then it's like bold history, and then like I don't know, have some like shining effect, and then it's gonna echo like a Michael Jackson ad lib or something.
Chimona.
Yeah. But man, like also like before we got into theater, you called it.
Which part?
They ended up doing
the Pepsi commercial.
Yeah. It's like you called it.
I didn't call all of it though.
No, I mean, like you're like, do you think they're gonna do the Pepsi commercial? And I was like, I don't know.
There's footage of that.
And then I looked at it. I was like, wait, he's wearing the colors.
Well, when he was like, we're gonna do the tour, then he was like, all right, you're gonna do a Pepsi commercial. I was like, they're doing it.
Yeah. Also,
if I had a complaint,
mm-hmm.
of which I have several, but if I had a complaint, I do wish we saw more of the actual process of
Thriller,
of not just Thriller, just the creation of the music.
Mm.
I think I wanted to see more of that, but that's just me, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like that's a fair complaint. I think also going down to biopics is that like there's, I guess in a sense, like a spectrum of like this of like the runtime. Usually a lot of biopics, they're like 2 hours long, but like it's usually like probably no more than like 2 hours and 30 minutes. So like when I saw the runtime for this was like 2 hours and 7 minutes, and then you told me that it goes up to the bad era, and I was like, okay, well, like it's just a matter of like how much are they going to fit into this, but going about like with like run times and stuff like that, the complaint that I've been seeing the most was lots of things were cut, one of them being Diana Ross, played by Kat Graham. She was not in the final cut of the movie, and like there was also no involvement of Janet, which, like, going back to what I said earlier, like when it comes down to like having like an ensemble, especially when it comes to the Jackson family being so big, like there was just not everyone was in there, right? But from what I heard is that like Janet didn't even want to be part of it. I guess like also just part of the production.
Yes. She didn't want to be portrayed dramatically.
Yeah, and then also when it comes down to Kat Graham as Diana Ross, I heard there was like a lot of legal reasons, even just up until the time of filming. But I mean, like, hopefully, and I'm pretty sure we're definitely gonna get like, the deleted scene, or like kind of like a more extended cut of the movie if it's on like digital or like anything like that, like, you know, physical copy. But yeah, no, it's like I said, you know, runtimes are tricky with biopics, which is why like there's always going to be like, you know, I guess like a nitpick or a complaint from like people when it's like, oh, what, well, why didn't they show this, or why didn't they do this in this certain way? You know, it's just always like a thing to where they want to get the just they want the cohesiveness to just stay and not have things like take control of the runtime in a way to where they're showing everything, you know. But I agree that like now that I'm hearing about it from you, I think it would have been nice to see more of the process of the music making and everything like that, because it's just like, you know, when watching the movie, he's like, oh, he's thinking about it, he's, you know, he's like watching the movies, he's getting the inspiration, he's writing the words, and he's putting them up on like the billboard and everything.
Yeah,
and
I really enjoyed
like,
that sequence, but it's just like one little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, there's got to be a part 2.
Well, I mean, apparently Jafar Jackson and Coleman Domingo said that it's in the works.
It is in the works. Again, like I was telling you, it probably just depends on the financials of how this does. I
mean, regardless of financials, like they're still gonna make it. Like they're just gonna do that.
Because like what?
No, I mean they're gonna do it.
I don't know. We live in a world where they just delete stuff for tax write-offs. I don't know.
Yeah, unfortunately. But I also forget that Michael Jackson just has like fucking drip, bro.
That dude dripped out, bro.
Dude was fitted up in every single instance of his life, man. Like, it's bro could just be, bro was just like literally in an interview, right, or in a meeting, just chilling, like with the swaggiest outfit on. Dude went to like, you know, a board meeting with like a, you know, I don't know the style of that jacket, but like, you know, navy and yellow jacket, sunglasses on, crazy stuff, man.
I wanted to Beat It jacket so bad as a kid.
I do like that sequence of the Beat It stuff, you know.
Oh,
like
I do have a complaint.
What is it?
The movie is extremely kind. It makes Michael like infallible, like he can do no wrong and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. I can see that. I think it's because if they do a part 2, I'm pretty sure the stakes will be a lot higher. Just a lot. I feel like there will probably be a lot more demonization if they go in that route. But I do.
Well, they were going to. It was gonna be the one film.
Yeah.
And then,
but
yeah,
there's 2 parts. But yeah, I know. I agree that like, yeah, like, yeah. I mean, not saying it like in a way like this, but like, yeah, it just makes it feel like, yeah, he could do no wrong. And I feel like also there should have been more, like, I guess more stuff from the public about Michael Jackson, like in terms of like
public perception, speculation, and stuff.
Yes,
sure.
Because like, I mean,
like how he's bleaching his skin.
Yeah, and like, I feel like, I mean, like I said, like there is a way to where, like, making any biopic, you don't want to have things overstay their welcome. But I do think, however, it would have been important still to like have those issues like linger a while longer, because it's like, yeah, you know, like of course, like there's the thing with like Michael getting like no surgery, and then they touch upon his like vitiligo a little bit, but like,
yeah, I wish they touched on the vitiligo more.
Yeah, they don't really go too much into that. He just like talks about the cream, it helps with the skin, and everything like that. And but yeah, like I said, like I think like if I think it would have been cool to have like, I mean it probably would have been like a little cliche to have like that like a public like interview montage. You know, what do you think about Michael Jackson? I love Michael Jackson. And then someone's like, man, I don't like him.
Like in Spider-Man.
Yeah, kind of like that. But also even like before, you know, the allegations and stuff like that, people were making like some crazy stuff about Michael Jackson, like newspapers, like they were drawing him like a caricature. It was crazy. So I think that would have been nice to see, you know. But even then, like, yeah, I agree. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, damn, bro.
Yeah, it was
like,
very like, oh, he's so nice and he donates to causes and he's rescuing animals, and it's like, yeah, that's part of it, sure, but like,
yeah,
he wasn't like the best human in the world. even outside the allegations, you know. The nose thing I did like, again, with the through line of his dad. Like, it's not like he just got the nose job just to get a nose job. He got the nose job because his dad always called him Big Nose, so he always felt self-conscious about it. I did like that.
And again, bro, he went to the appointment all fitted up and everything.
Yeah. What's up? This, I don't know if this is gonna sound fucked up or not, but what the fuck is up with that family, man? They all get like the exact same surgery.
I never thought about that.
They look the same, man. Like Janet Jackson, I think LaToya Jackson even like has like the pointed nose and shit and like the eyebrows.
I never really thought about that till now.
Like I don't know if it's like they did it because Michael did it, or
I'm looking at it right now. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. I'm looking at LaToya, and there's pics of like LaToya where like she like it's like uncanny, like to Michael.
Yeah. And then there's Janet Jackson, but
Wow, I'm looking at the nose now. I thought, wow. Yeah. That's insane, man. Hey, they ain't fucking with the nose, bro.
Were they afraid to be black?
Ooh.
I think they afraid to be black. No, that one scene he was like, I am a proud black artist. I want this music is for everybody. That Mike Myers bit was funny.
That was really good. He still got it.
Man, even in the beat section, it's like, I want to get the Bloods and the Crips together. We're gonna make music. It's gonna save the world. I truly believe that. I'm like, all right, Michael. Calm down.
That's nice, sweetie. I do. I think one of my favorite sequences in the movie was like, it was like, you know, he's coming up with the track list, right? For Thriller, you know, he has the track list and everything, but he has like the question mark, and he's like watching the movies, the montage.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do the thing. He's gonna do the thing. And then bam, Thriller.
I did like the bit where he's like in the makeup and then he's doing the dance and he's just, can we stop, please?
Yeah.
Can we cut?
I want you to get the feet.
Yeah, they need to see. They see the feet. They need to see us moving.
They need to get the whole body.
You sound like Deku.
Oh no, dude.
You sound like Deku, bro.
No, dude. No way.
God, Sean. Oh. We need a cut.
They need to see the whole body.
They think I'm bleaching my skin, Kachan.
All I wanted is I just want to become the number one hero.
I want to become the number one artist.
That's great, nerd.
That's great, nerd. It is Bakugo's is Prince.
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah. That Prince joke was funny. That was a funny bit.
I gotta receive all of God's ideas. Otherwise, they'll give them to Prince.
I don't think I have anything else to say.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, it's Michael Jackson. What do you want? I mean, the music's fantastic. It's Michael Jackson. What do you want?
I feel like also when it comes to biopics, I feel like when it comes to like musicians, they're the form of musicals that I like the most.
What do you mean?
Like for me, it's like, you know how I feel about musicals. I don't really like them. But when it comes down to a biopic, that's what I like.
Sure, but I wouldn't call that it's not really a musical.
Well, I mean, like, the thing about the only reason why I would call it a musical is because they refer to Straight Outta Compton a musical. They're like, oh yeah, like it's a biographical musical drama film.
But I saw someone say like when Michael was like, it was 27% on Rotten Tomatoes, and then someone said it can't be as bad as Straight Outta Compton, right? I was like, huh?
Straight Outta Compton was like, it was solid, bro.
It's a good movie.
It is a good movie. It is a very good movie.
You know what? I also wanted. Maybe we'll get this more in the next one because it really ended like just straight after Thriller. Like we didn't really get to see the process of the bad.
Yeah.
But like his whole career after Thriller, because #1 best-selling album of all time. He was always trying to chase that again. He was always trying to top Thriller, and he never could, and that really fucking bugged him.
So like, do you think that you wanted to see him like a little angry that a song isn't like what he wanted to be?
Yeah, like, or we want to be, or not as popular as he thinks it should be, or like why is he not have the fame that he used to have, or the pull that he used to have as far as his popularity goes, even though he was still one of the biggest celebrities in the world,
like living. Yeah,
it was still not enough.
I think that would have been a good sequence to see as well,
especially because he's a perfectionist.
Yeah.
But again, because the movie ended so shortly after Thriller, we never really got to get into that. So maybe that'll be a part 2 thing. I don't know. Tord, I don't know.
You think they're going to name part 2 Jackson?
I want them to name it Jackson, bro.
Well, what would have been cool? I mean, they already have two properties like with this name, considering one was like a documentary and one's a game, but I think it would have been cool to call it This Is It.
Oh yeah. Have you seen This Is It?
The documentary?
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched it. I
watched it a lot as a kid. I watched it a lot.
I had it on DVD.
Yeah, I have my DVD. Yeah.
My grandma had it on DVD, and I would like just like. Then again, like I like basically how my late grandma's old house used to be was I had like my room, and literally like you would walk out, like you would just do like a quick like U-turn. There was the computer room and everything, and like all I did was like watch Michael Jackson, listen to Michael Jackson, and then like I would go back to my room and then literally just like put on like This Is It. And I was like, dude, this is just insane, bro.
Good documentary.
For sure.
I should rewatch it so I can log it on Letterboxd.
Ooh, it'd be good.
But yeah, I mean, look, as a movie, it's probably like a 6 out of 10. But for me and my personal enjoyment, as I was talking about before, what I'm really watching a biopic for, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. It's an 8 out of 10 from me.
I can agree with that.
So you're just not gonna give it a score, or are you just gonna sit there?
I said I agree with that.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. I mean, you can agree with me and still give it a different score.
8 out of 10.
4 out of 5.
8 out of 10. Yeah, 4 out of 5. Lowest I'd give it is like a 7.
Same.
Absolute lowest. Because I mean, even if like as a movie, like as a movie as a whole, like even if I probably didn't like the writing, or at least like where my expectations were hindered to where I thought the direction could have been going, I still think this biopic does a lot of things that I really enjoyed. Like it has great costume design, set design. Obviously, there's like a clear sense of like great performances and like emotion for it, and also like Jafar Jackson just plays Michael so well, like to the voice, mannerisms, and just overall like the presence of Michael to a T. So I mean that's what I like about it. But if someone were to be like, "Oh yeah, I give it like a 6," that's fine. I don't.
Yeah, what'd you watch this week?
I didn't watch much, man. Cause like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I've been sleeping on Amazon. Whenever I don't know, before I talk about one of the movies I watched on Amazon, I'm looking through the catalog. I'm like, dude, like, when did they get all this heat? I was like, where did they get all this? I was like, that's insane. So I'm like, hey, I might have to just run it on Amazon, you know?
Bro's gonna lock in. Finally.
I am. But besides Michael, I watched The Running Man.
I too watched The Running Man.
Yes.
You gave it a surprisingly low score.
Yeah, man. Oh my god, bro. See, look, I wouldn't use the words when your goat was washed, because I wouldn't go that far. However, I do feel like this is probably the weakest Edgar Wright movie that I've seen out of his filmography. I think like for The Running Man as a whole, I think it's a very okay movie. It has some decent action sequences, lots of I think there's like a story that could have had more potential like to expand on in its setting. Has a great cast and everything. However, I just don't think it fully like lands with me like as a whole. Also, one thing I do like is that they don't shy away from like the kills. Like like spoiler alert. I mean, they just fucking off Michael Cera in front of your face, bullet to the head. It's like holy shit.
Spoilers, but all right.
I literally just said spoilers.
Spoilers, but all right.
But yeah, no, like one of the things that I love about Edgar Wright is that he has like style and he has flair, and it just felt like I said, he just got lazy, and you don't see like you don't see like the match cuts, you don't see the wacky stuff, like the wacky
big
humor,
camera swings, and
exactly, like you don't see that at all. Like
it's definitely the least visually creative Edgar Wright movie.
Yeah, for sure. And like also when it comes down to like The Running Man, I mean, I haven't seen the original, but I do love how they nod to the original.
Well, interesting. I mean, the original isn't like reviewed that well either.
Okay.
Yeah, like I think this one is rated better than the original, at least on Rotten Tomatoes. Let me double check. The Running Man, the original, has 59% on Rotten Tomatoes, whereas this new one has 61%.
I'll say not even that far off.
Yeah, it's not even that far off, but the audience score is definitely higher on the new one.
Makes sense. But I don't know. Like I said, I feel like it just doesn't like the stakes don't feel tremendously high for this one. And then it's like, they hinge or not hinge, but like they like nod to the fact that he's an angry person, but we don't really see that much of like anger in this, like in his like with Glenn Powell. Like I feel like if he was angry and he's like, man, like I'm in this situation, like he would go a lot crazier when it comes down to like people hunting him. But also there's a thing about like he's also a good person, So I feel like there should have been like that good balance for sure. Oh yeah, also like I said, like the stakes don't really feel like high. They kind of feel a little bit cartoony, and then also it's one of those things to where I kind of like got confused is like there's like this moment in the third act where he knows that the network can manipulate the like your clips and everything, and like they're literally lying to your face. So then like he gets fooled.
He still believes
by,
that his family got murdered.
Yeah, he still believes in that.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, what the hell? Like you like immediately you would just be like, oh, that's bullshit and everything. But then also he plays into the game, which obviously the whole thing is that like, oh yeah, like they're lying to him and everything like that, and like and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna make you richer, you're gonna sign on to a show and everything. So then like he plays into the game, he kills all the hunters, and then like there is to me like he survives, but I feel like, I don't know, it just felt a little wonky to me on how like he plays into the game, he's like all bloodied up and everything, and then like he just the plane crashes in midair, and obviously there's like a little pod and everything. I don't know, like, and then also like the game is like still going and everything, but he's presumed dead. I don't know. It just felt the third act just felt like it wasn't executed as well as I thought it was gonna be. But like, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think it was very okay.
Yeah, the biggest complaint I saw was that the ending felt rushed.
Yeah, it did feel rushed.
I really enjoyed it. I had a fun time. It wasn't. Yeah, I wouldn't call it the weakest Edgar Wright movie. To me, that's Last Night in Soho. The way people the way people feel about this is the way I feel about that movie, where it's like I was really enjoying myself, but I thought it fell apart completely in the third act. The ending really annoyed me. But this one I was like, yeah, the ending was sort of rushed, but like it was still like I still generally enjoyed my time with it. Like you were talking about like how he's supposed to be angry and stuff. I felt like Glenn Powell's performance in this on the whole was just kind of not incredible, but yeah, he just felt kind of flat to me. Michael Cera was definitely the best part, or that whole sequence was definitely fun. But yeah, I wish I liked it more, but I mean, I still enjoyed myself. Who was really great in this?
Who?
Coleman Domingo.
Oh hell yeah,
he's always good, never fails.
Is always like I like the bit at the end where he's like walking away, and then Josh Brolin's character is like, oh, like no, like yeah, we're gonna kill you, and he's like, no, I have a clause in my contract, page 46 article, like page 42 article 6,
in the smallest of fine print,
fuck you. And he's like, Coco, we're leaving.
Yeah.
Nobody can touch that man. He's too smooth, dude. He's too smooth. What a bundle of joy that man is. But yeah, I don't know, man. I wish I liked it more. I really wish I liked it more.
I don't know why you like Last Night in Soho.
Why do I like, dude? That
it was more visually interesting. I mean, the camera work is superb in that movie.
The visuals are go crazy.
Yeah,
you didn't like
story's dog shit though.
You didn't like how she was in a loop, bro, with herself.
The execution was just not there, man.
Dude, it was probably the best executed ending of like Edgar Wright's entire filmography.
I could say the same about The Running Man.
Hell nah. You rage baiting, bro.
And you're not?
No. I can't keep it together. I know. Oh, I mean that's it. That's all I watched, to be honest.
You sure about that?
What do you mean am I sure about that?
We both watched the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Oh yeah, that's right, we did. I thought we covered that already.
Nah. No, because my internet died.
That's right. Yeah, Google Fiber, man.
Oh, they be fucking up. It was fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. You know, I think what they're going for Galaxies, they're definitely just wanting to set up like Rosalina and all the princesses and everything, because people were like, oh well, it's kind of too soon for them to, you know, like do Galaxy. You know, they could have done like Odyssey. You know, they could have done like Sunshine or anything else on the ground stuff to like set up like more of the world building. But I feel like we're getting that a little bit more in Galaxy. But I don't know, I think it was fun. It had some funny moments. Yoshi's the best. I love Yoshi. Like, I just love the part where Yoshi starts rapping, and then like they cut to a sequence where Yoshi's in Community.
Oh, because it's Donald Glover.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I thought it was worse than the first one, if I'm honest. It's like, well, it's almost, they're kind of equal, to be honest, but I did like it because I love Super Mario Galaxy, the game, so a lot of the music was really hitting for me. But man, it's just these movies annoy me because it's like I feel like you can do so much more with the source material than just look at this thing from the games. You remember this? Remember this thing from the games? You played the games, right? It's the thing from the games. And I was kind of bored through most of the movie, to be honest with you. But like, I enjoy these characters and the cast, and like I said, the music was incredible. And also, what
would you say it's was it worth the $46 you spent?
$46 is crazy. I didn't spend a cent.
Yes, you did.
I didn't. We just walked in.
We did not do that.
Yeah, we did.
No, we did not.
Oh, I walked in. You didn't.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
We both bought tickets there.
No, we didn't. You did.
Yes, we did. No, what do you mean?
Bro,
I saw you buy it.
No. I bought chicken tendies.
Yes, you did.
I know. That's what I just said. I just bought chicken.
I
bought chicken tendies, but I didn't buy a ticket.
You can't buy food.
Yes, you can.
No. Hold on. I'm saying we were at the kiosk.
Yeah.
You can't buy just food there. You have to buy a ticket and then you buy food.
No, you can just buy food, man.
Dead ass?
Yes.
Fuck.
Bro got scammed.
Continue.
I mean, I'll double check. Yeah, the last ticket oh my god. The last ticket.
No. I would refrain from any more explanation.
The last ticket I bought was for Wake Up Dead Man.
Holy shit, man. Bro's been getting free tickets.
Hey, bro, when they start, I'll start paying them again.
No, you've had points saved up.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
God, I'm so mad that I could have like had I could have used a free ticket on my Santikos app. Damn,
bro, you threw.
Damn, can't ask shit, man. Just can't.
Last thing I'll say about the movie, I am a sucker for when they do like the 8-bit classic Super Mario Brothers look, like when they're escaping the castle bit in Bowser Jr. there was all the traps, but it was like they're going through a level. Suck for that shit, man.
I agree.
Oh, and the bit with the puppets was fun. I thought they filmed that for real, but no, it was just very good animation.
That was it was really good. Fox McCloud, bro.
Torn, you also watched something else, Torn. Playdate.
God damn, bro. I totally forgot about that movie. That movie fucking sucks.
Bro, why? It's so good.
Stop, bro.
Bro, Alan Rickson is in his bag in that movie.
Yeah, both him and Kevin James were getting a bag from that movie, bro.
With the way he was wrestling that kid that looked like a young Robert Patrick. Come on.
Yeah, no, this Playdate was a interesting watch. I mean, because so our friend Josh at the Cosmic Kickback, he was like, "Oh yeah, I watched this movie. It's not good." I wanted to watch it because I like watching bad movies, or like I want to watch movies that people say that are bad. so I can have like an opinion on it. Man, dude, like at first it was like funny. At first it was like funny. Kevin James plays like this awkward stepdad who like just lost his job, and he's like, well, I gotta do something with this kid because he's not like, the kid's not into sports, he's like into dancing and all that stuff, right? So he meets Alan Richardson, who, of course, he has like this other kid, but it turns out that Alan Richardson like worked at like some government facility and took a kid who was a clone of himself. I was spoiling this because no one should watch this. And then, the reason why the kid is a clone of him is because, like, when he was in war, he couldn't perform a kill. So, like, there's that. Like I said, the movie starts off funny, like it's like has like some like weird acting moments and like very terrible CGI, but then it kind of just goes like downhill into this like nonsensical the whole thing of nonsense. And I think Kevin James and Alan Richardson have like really good chemistry together, which is like I want them in another comedy movie together because they're cool. But then like everything else just I don't know, it just doesn't feel like a movie to me. It just feels like a straight to DVD release. And then it's just like also like I'm not trying to like dog on Amazon Prime entirely, but it's also just like, damn, this is like the second movie that I've seen on Amazon that's just like complete garbage. Like who like what's going on? Because the first one was War of the Worlds, who like doesn't even have a director, but got credited for doing nothing. And we got Playdate, which is like you got two big time actors and like they're just doing nothing. But I gave it half a star, bro. I did not like that shit. It was bad.
I gave it a 4.
Yeah, you're dumb. Stop.
No, I never finished it.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, I can understand that.
But yeah, that's all you watched?
That is all I watched, yes. I know you watched like 8,000 other films.
Well, not just Films Torn. We played A Way Out.
We did play A Way Out, yes.
It was honestly, it was a lot better than I anticipated.
Hell yeah. I love how we managed to play the game and get all the achievements done in one night
with a good story to go with.
It was a good story. How did you feel when I betrayed you,
bro? Honestly, all I felt was like, damn, I made the right choice with the character.
Yeah, and then spoiler alert, you haven't played A Way Out. Yeah, you fucking murked me, man.
Hell yeah. Well, I mean, it's not a spoiler because, well, I mean, it is a spoiler because one of them dies, but like, it depends how you play the game. Yeah, depends on your skill level, and I just I outskilled you.
Yeah, we got fucking split screen advantages, and I still lost. Fucking crazy, man. But dude, that was a really good game. I really, really enjoyed it.
We gotta play It Takes Two.
We do have to play It Takes Two.
But yeah, I mean, I always heard about the game because, especially about with the studio and how they did It Takes Two. Like A Way Out was like a moderate hit, but It Takes Two was like huge. And so like A Way Out sort of like fell to the wayside, and I was like, I'm sure it's good. I mean, they made It Takes Two, and now they made Split Fiction. But yeah, I wasn't expecting that much, but it was very good with a really solid story. But yeah, we gotta play It Takes Two. Torn, I also watched Crime 101.
What'd you think of it? It was good, right?
I didn't like it as much as you, but I did enjoy it. A lot of the reviews really confused me because a lot of people were like shitting on it because like, oh, it's just Heat. They just did Heat. It's just Heat. I'm like, I watched Heat not that long ago. No, it's not.
I mean, like it's literally just like
it's Heat inspired.
Yes, it's literally Heat inspired. Like literally, the director was like, yeah, I was inspired by Thief. I was inspired by Heat, and like, you know, just, I mean, if you like crime thriller dramas, like crime thriller action drama movies, you'll like this one. I mean, I got into it with somebody on Instagram about this movie, and like he said that the person walked out an hour in because it just felt generic and cliche, which like I understand, and personally, like, I don't think like something that's like cliche doesn't really like bother me as much as other people. But like, yeah, I mean, it really is just a like another crime thriller drama. Like,
yeah, you like those.
I do like those,
and
I like
for someone who watched Heat not that long ago, and I was like, this classic film that I just went, I'm not,
yeah, you didn't fuck with Heat, man.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, like crime thrillers just aren't really for me for some reason. It's weird because like everything about them I should love, but they just don't really hit for me for whatever reason. So yeah, I gave Crime 101 a 3.5 out of 10.
Which is fine. Oh
no, I'm just kidding. Out of 5.
No,
I gave it a 7 out of 10. Yeah, it was fine. I do enjoy seeing Chris Hemsworth not being Thor. I think he's a really great actor, and I think he has been kind of, you know, forced in one direction. But yeah, him doing American accent is jarring, but I have heard it before because he did it in Star Trek, which Torn should watch, but he hasn't. Yeah. Oh, yeah. My biggest complaint was Barry Keoghan's character, who I just feel like had zero place in the story. It just kind of felt like he was there just to create a little chaos, you know?
Bro wanted to be gay.
that bit was funny. It's like, were you gay, bro? Like, what?
Like, bro's just gay, bro.
He was one of those guys.
And then like, bro does not know how to commit a robbery, bro.
No, he does not.
Do shit at it.
Yeah, and they like sort of like hint at a bunch of like backstory to Chris Hemsworth's character, but it's not intriguing enough to be like, oh, it's fun that it's not explained, and it's not explained enough for it to be intriguing to Chris Hemsworth's character. It just kind of just felt unnecessary. It could have just been like a thief that he, you know, taught himself and stuff like that. Like, why doesn't he want to hurt anyone and stuff like that? Like, that's never really explained. It's fine, but it is what it is. I watched Interstellar, still a classic. I watched The Wiz, incredible, 5 out of 5. I watched the new Star Trek, or the newish, the modern Star Trek movies, the J.J. Abrams one, still all really solid. I watched War of the Worlds for the first time, the Spielberg one, which I know is like one of your favorite sci-fi movies because you grew up with it or whatever. You have a lot of nostalgia for it.
I do.
Yeah. So I guess I mean, the movie came out in 2005. I can fucking spoil it, right?
Yes.
Bro, his son being alive at the end is bullshit.
You wanted that nigga vaporized, huh?
Not only did I want him vaporized, like he did get vaporized, but he shows up at the end like, hey dad, I'm here. Like, no, absolutely not. It felt like a huge cop out to me. Also, that guy is one of the most punchable faces I've ever seen. Isn't he Goku?
Oh yeah. Justin Chatwin.
Yeah.
He plays. Yeah, he's Goku in Dragon Ball Evolution.
Horrible. I hate him.
I wish he did more acting, man.
No, Tom Cruise is fine. Tom Cruise is fine in this. The direction is obviously incredible. It's Spielberg. The VFX was really great for 2005, but yeah, I don't know. I just wanted. I don't know what I wanted, to be honest, but I didn't love it as much as I wanted. But it's still good. So I gave it 4 stars. But of course, you gave it 4.5 because you're a freak. What else did I watch? Oh yeah, I watched Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Have you ever seen that?
No.
It's it's a sort of sci-fi movie also from 2005, weirdly. It's based on a book of the same name, and it was sort of like how do I explain the tone? I don't know how to explain the tone. It's pretty like British humor kind of thing. Have you ever played or watched someone play the Stanley Parable?
No, I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Oh, bro, it's like one of my favorite games of all time. But yeah, I don't know how to explain the tone, but it's comedic. It's like quirky and goofy kind of thing, starring Martin Freeman and Sam Rockwell and Zooey Deschanel. This is a very interesting movie because it's one of those movies because it's 20 years old now. There's a bunch of people that really love it, and there's some people that don't love it. Unfortunately, I'm on the side who doesn't really love it. Everything about the movie I kind of like generally, but I'm like, this should be better. Everything about it, I'm just like, this should be better. Why is this not better? I almost like part of me kind of hopes that someone takes another crack at it, because everything about this should be a home run and it just isn't. Yeah, but there's a big robot in it called Marvin, played by Alan Rickman, who is like the best part of the movie. He's just he's a robot and he's just depressed all the time. It's very funny. But yeah, he's the best part. He's the best part of the movie, and unfortunately, it's just it is what it is. I don't know, but I would still say it's like worth the watch. Like I think people should still watch it. And lastly, I watched Sentimental Value, the movie that was nominated for Oscars at the Oscars. Bro, Josh, again, our friend Josh from Cosmic Kickback, he gave it a 5 out of 5. And, obviously it's being nominated for Oscars or what have you. I'm like, oh, okay. You gave it 5 out of 5. Other people I follow gave it high scores as well. Unfortunately, did not hit with me. All the stuff that it was actually nominated for at the Oscars, I think is deserved. It's particularly in its performances. Everything is played so real. It's done very, very well. But yeah, unfortunately, it just didn't click with me. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, I don't know what it is that didn't click with me, because I liked what they were doing, but yeah, I don't know. It just didn't hit. Elle Fanning's in it.
Mm-hmm.
She's great. Stellan Skarsgård is always good, of course. But yeah, I guess there just weren't enough jokes or fight scenes. Is what it is. So I gave it a 3.5. I still enjoyed it. But like, do you know what the movie is?
No, but I've seen a trailer.
The movie's basically like, Stellan Skarsgård is a famous director, and he writes this movie. And he has a role in it for his daughter, but then because of family drama or whatever, she passes on it and she gives it to Elle Fanning. That's essentially the crux of the film. And it's good. It's good, but unfortunately, it didn't hit with me as it did with a lot of other people. But yeah, Torn, is that the show?
That is the show. All
right, well, thank you everyone for listening to Avengers Podcast. If you want to follow us, we're at Avengers on Twitter. That's AVENGE Nerds. All one word. If you want to follow either one of us, you can reach me. It's Zenith _ on Twitter, youtube.com/zenith, or Zenith on Letterboxd. Where can they reach you?
At Torn Guy on Instagram and at Torrentino on Letterboxd.
Hell yeah. We also have a Discord if you'd like to join the conversation there. This is linked in the show notes. You can also check out our link tree for additional links you may be interested in. You can also review the show in-app on Apple Podcasts. If you can leave 5 stars in a review, it would really help us out. Thanks again for listening to the Adventures Podcast. We'll see you next week.
Later.